The solar power industry is booming in Texas. According to Solar Energy Industries Association, a national trade group, Texas is leading the way with 11 gigawatts of new installations just last year. That's enough to power 1.4 million homes across the state. But a growing number of Texans say they were misled when signing long-term contracts for solar panels. They thought it would save them money, but now some are turning to KXAN investigators for answers and for help. State lawmakers say they've also heard concerns and promise oversight is coming.
And as KXAN investigator Arzo Dost explains, the state attorney general is now threatening investigation and possible legal action against companies selling solar panel systems.
My house isn't that big. It's 1,200 square feet. I was turning off the lights, making sure everything was turned off, and even then, the bill was still high.
Patricia Olvera says she was fed up with skyrocketing electric bills, averaging several $100s a month.
I got one for like $4 something, so I was like, no way.
She thought she found a solution when she says a solar panel salesman with Solar Edge showed up at her door in Round Rock during the summer of 2024 and promised big savings and incentives.
I was told by him that I would initially be receiving a substantial amount during income tax time, an income tax credit. And I could either use that money towards doing a remodel to the home, or I could send it back to the finance company.
Olvera says it sounded like a good deal, especially during a very difficult time in her life. She admits it has been hard to move forward after the loss of her son almost 4 years ago.
I was like, look, I lost a child, I'm stressed, I'm sad, I'm very upfront, don't bullshit me. If this is gonna save me money, then let's do it. If it's not gonna save me money and it's not in my best interest, then I don't want to do it. Let's not even waste each other's time.
Records Olvera shared with us show she signed a 25-year agreement with solar financing company Mosaic for nearly $33,000. The document also says another company, Freedom Forever, would install the panels.
They're faulty, they don't work.
Olvera says she had to have the solar panels serviced several times due to failed equipment. In February, she sent this email to all the companies involved in her contract, claiming fraud and misrepresentation. Solar Servicing, which took over financing her loan after the original company, Mosaic, filed bankruptcy, responded, saying her dispute was investigated, but the loan remains valid. We also followed up with the other companies involved. Solar Edge and Mosaic haven't responded. The solar panel installer, Freedom Forever, says it's aware of the situation and has been in touch with Olvera, adding it remains committed to delivering a high-quality customer experience, takes the feedback seriously, and will keep working directly with Olvera to ensure she receives the quality of service the company is committed to. But Olvera's frustrations echo across the state with an increase in the number of solar panel-related complaints filed to the Office of the Texas Attorney General each year since 2020. In that time, the complaints have totaled to more than 3,000, with nearly a fifth of those involving 10 different companies, all under active investigation, including Freedom Forever, Olvera's installer. For weeks, our questions to the agency about those investigations have gone unanswered, but other state leaders are taking notice.
Members, Texas is the nation's leader in solar power generation, but this positive development is being overshadowed by a rise in fraudulent and predatory residential solar panel sales practices.
Last session, State Senator Judith Zaffirini from Laredo pushed for oversight after hearing about aggressive door-to-door tactics and false promises of free panels or eliminated electric bills.
The bill is finally passed.
Her legislation became law and starting in September will require solar panel salespeople and companies to register with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. The law will also prohibit salespeople from making misleading claims and guarantees a consumer's right to cancel a contract within 5 business days of signing. Fines for violations could range between $50,000 to $100,000. Zaffirini told us by email, Texas needs this law because Texans interested in solar energy deserve honest and transparent transactions, not deceptive sales tactics. She adds, The new law establishes clear standards, oversight, and accountability to protect consumers and restore trust in the market.
Are you in compliance with the law?
We are, yeah.
Stan Pipkin is with Lighthouse Solar in Austin. He says he welcomes oversight.
The bad actors need to be chastised or removed and or controlled, but let's not lose sight that the technology and these systems have relevance and value. So it's really about making sure we deliver that value and safeguard it.
He says transparency is paramount for his company. It's why they don't do door-to-door sales and rely on repeat customers and referrals.
People contact us with an interest, and then we take that and really understand what they want to achieve. So that may take a year. A door-to-door salesperson does not wait a year. So our team is patient.
Olvera says she wishes she never answered her door.
It has been very frustrating.
She now worries she could lose her home if she can't pay back the loan for the solar panels.
Every day, I look back and I think, how could I be so gullible and trusting, to these people?
Senator Zaffirini says she'll monitor the implementation of this new law and promises to revisit the issue here at the Capitol next legislative session to see if any additional safeguards are needed. Another bill she passed also last session focuses on education. In February, the Public Utility Commission published online a new consumer solar guide for home solar systems. It includes what you should know before making an investment in solar panels and questions you should be asking a salesperson, including, is my home a good fit for solar panels, and what are payment options for buying or leasing solar panels? Arzo Dost, KXAN investigates.
And for transparency, Lighthouse Solar, who you heard from in this story, is a sales client with KXAN. Lawmakers tell Arzo they really want to raise awareness, especially among older Texans. The Texas Elder Justice Coalition, an advocacy organization, has heard from impacted families and recently held a webinar about deceptive practices impacting older and also non-English speakers, and also ways to report fraud to the state. So how does Texas stack up nationally? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, a federal agency, has received more than 2,000 solar-related complaints over a decade, but they jumped from 6 in 2015 to more than 700 last year. The top 3 states listed in those complaints: California, Texas, and Florida. For details on how you can file a complaint, just head on to KXAN.com and click on this story in the investigative section.